The Civil War, it's bad for Skyrim. Let's hope it ends quickly.
Oh, bless the divines, you came! Well met, and welcome. We have much to discuss. Will you tell me, what happened at Helgen?
Let us defrost here for a while. This is pleasant.
Well, no, now that you mention it.
Home in elsewhere, but I have little choice.
Then it's as I feared. My brother and his family are lost. Gods damn it all. I'd hoped for better news.
Something strange happens to Khajiit when they arrive in Skyrim.
Yes, I've heard the fort is full of them. But appearances can also be deceiving. If I'm right, these are no bandits at all. I have it on good authority there is a man known only as Val inside the keep. He's the leader of a small group of mercenaries, for lack of a better term. Their aim is to kill Thalmor wherever they're found. That they've come out of hiding is beyond mysterious. They're insurrectionists. A resistance movement, if you will.
And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged.
His name is Valerius Tiberius Artoria. We served for many years together in the Imperial Legion, as captains under Titus Mede II during the Great War. He was a good man in those days, an honorable man. Then the Aldmeri invaded, and murdered his wife, son, and daughter in cold blood.
I admit, the dragons are a concern, but we can avoid them if we do not stay in one place.
They marched them down the streets of the Imperial City and tortured them until they were dead, right in front of the Imperial Palace itself. They said, "Let it be known that any family members of Imperial officers found anywhere else in the province would receive a similar fate."
Retire someday.
There were many such atrocities committed by those wretched maggots within those walls. And even more unspeakable tragedies in the rest of Cyrodiil. We were under orders to flee the city for Skyrim when they invaded. We left our people, our families, defenseless. Most did not survive.
All this talk of dragons returning to the world.
The few that did make it out of there were scattered as refugees throughout the rest of the province. The plan was to regroup here in Skyrim,
This is a local favorite.
rest and resupply our forces, and return to the Imperial City to retake it. That took almost a year.
Once was a hero named Ragnar.
Surely you know the history. If not, this book will help you understand a little of what we went through.
And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
I need you to go try and talk to Valerius.
But then he
Reason with
quiet,
him.
did Ragnar the Red,
Tell him
when he
Marcus
met the
Janus
shield
requests
maiden
a meeting with
Matilda,
him.
who said,
Tell him I'll come to the fort alone.
"You talk and you lie
Present
and you
company
drink
excluded,
about
of course.
Now I think it's high time that you lie down
Give this
and
ring to
bleed."
him. It was his
So
wife's
then came
wedding band.
clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass
If any of his
Matilda
men try to
charged in
accost
full
you,
of
show it to
steel.
them and tell them it is a gesture of goodwill from
And
me.
the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more.
They'll give you quarter if they know I
When
sent
his
you.
ugly red head rolled
Approach the
around on
guards and show them the
floor.
ring. Tell them Marcus Janus sent you to see Valerius Tiberius Artoria on urgent business. Show them this note with my seal, but tell them it's for Valerius. His eyes only.
Home in elsewhere, but I
Please,
have
return to
little
me as soon as you can. I'll prepare to leave and be ready to go when you return. Make haste, young one, and may fortune favor the foolish.
The Khajiit hail from a
stop right there. Don't even think about moving. You see my friends coming? They won't hesitate to kill you if you so much as breathe funny. Now, who are you? And what is the meaning of this intrusion? Quickly now, speak.
The dragons are the most fearsome.
Then you need to give me a reason why we shouldn't just kill you where you stand. Never heard of him? You are mistaken. There's nobody by that name here. Now, be on your way. We don't want to hurt you.
There once was a hero named Inigo the Brave.
Don't know him either. I'm beginning to run out of
patience.
patience with you. Leave now.
Oh, there once was a scholar named Lucien.
I don't know who you
He
are,
was so
stranger,
cunning he
or
made
what you
carry,
want.
I'd say.
But I advise you to choose your words very carefully from here on out.
Makes me more than a little nervous.
Let me see that. Did you say Marcus Janus? From the war, Marcus Janus. Why didn't you say so? Very well. I will take you inside. But all of us have our eyes on you. And if you try and start trouble, it will be the last
Elsewhere
trouble
is an
you ever
arid
start.
land of deserts,
Follow me.
rocky canyons, where the sun shines warmly, always.
Balfring, what do you think you're doing? Who is this person, and why have you brought them here?
Going to start keeping a knife in my boot.
He has an urgent message for you from Marcus Janus. He was alone, and I thought you would want to talk to him.
What? Marcus Janus? Balfring, have you gone completely mad? That's impossible.
I admit
I thought the same
dragons
thing,
are a
sir,
concern.
but it's true. He showed me a letter to you with Marcus's seal. It's real, all right. And sir, somehow Marcus has found Sabrina's wedding ring and sent it to you.
Very well. We'll see about this. Balfring, you are dismissed. All of you may resume your patrols.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who you are or why you're here, so you'd better have some good answers to my questions. May I see that ring?
His nodes have no love
So
for
you were
us.
sent by Marcus Janus? Where is he now?
Thieves and smugglers.
And do you know how he came into possession of this ring? Yes, I suppose that may have been possible, but this is all so overwhelming. Thank you. I love them very deeply. I nearly went mad after they were murdered by those outbreak dogs. I wanted nothing but vengeance. Every day of my life is burned with nothing but the desire to make them pay for their murders. But enough of that. Let's see this letter you brought. Yes. Marcus Janus. It's certainly you, all right. What do you want with me? Tell me, how has he found me here?
Nords are so
Very
serious
clever,
about
that one.
beards.
Always
So
was.
many beards.
Bandits. It's not far from the truth, though. Fitting ruse is that's about what we've become. Living our lives in the shadows, hiding, skulking about like some caged skeever looking for his next piece of cheese. Honor? Bah. Any honor I had died with the first outmarried diplomat I assassinated. I'm not the same man he knew. But no doubt he's filled your head with tales of glory from the war, stories of the keepers of Hatu. Oh, I'm afraid that man no longer exists. This hatred, it's consumed me, taken my life. I suppose I would still be rotting down in that damn prison were it not for Marcus. Now I'm just rotting here instead. And rot is nonetheless still rot. The only difference, really, is where and how.
I hope you will find a warmer welcome in your travels than
I really want to help me. After After he sees what I've become, he'll leave soon enough. But go tell him I'll meet with him regardless. At least then we can say our proper goodbyes to one another. Never got to do that before. Now, be gone. Please leave me in peace.
Dragons breathing fire in the sky? Vampires brazenly attacking people on the street? It's the end of the world.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
What are you doing that for?
Excellent. Well done, my friend. I'm ready to go, but there's just one thing. I'm getting too old for fighting. Well, at least by myself, that is. I was hoping that it wouldn't be too much of a burden on you to escort me to the keep. There's another 250 gold in it for you if you will.
I really do.
I'm right behind you, but don't go too fast. Unlike you young ones, I'm not cut out for this shite anymore.
Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed. And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal. And the braggart Nick Ragnar was both no more. When his ugly red head rolled around on the
Welcome to Dead Man.
Handsome man.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
A word of advice, my friend. Do not mix gambling and drink. Taken together, they will empty your pockets of every septim.
Valerius Tiberius Arctoria, you old dog. Come here, my friend. Let us have a look at you.
Marcus, why have you come here?
Valerius, I'm sure this is quite a shock to you. Terribly unexpected.
swear.
I came here to check on my family, but it appears none of them survived. Then I realized you were here, so I decided it was in both our interests for two old friends to meet again. At last.
Ah, your brother, yes. Marcus, I'm very sorry. But whatever the circumstances, it does my eyes good to see you again after all these years.
From a distant land.
Yes. Same here, old friend. Same here.
By Cyrodiil.
So,
The south.
the Keepers of Hatu in Skyrim. Who would have ever dreamed of such a time?
All right, Janice, what is it you really want? Don't forget, I know you, so out with it.
Yes, you do know me, old friend, better than most. Very well. I aim to rebuild this town, and make her my home.
Rebuild? Janice, I have no intention of helping you or anyone else rebuild a town. I'm here on other business.
Yes, I know, Valerius, but if what I propose is true, perhaps we can be mutually beneficial to one another. All I'm asking is that you hear me out. After that, if we're not in agreement, we can part ways and you'll likely never see me again.
And can escape at a moment's notice.
But Valerius, there's plenty of time to get to all that later. Right now, let's just catch up on old times.
Well, you're in luck, Janice. Those bandits left some fresh wine downstairs, and I need a drink.
Yes, I could use a drink too, old friend. Let me say goodbye to my new friend, and I'll join you. I can't thank you enough for your help. As agreed, here is your compensation. I apologize for that. I certainly wasn't intentionally keeping anything from you. I just wanted to meet with Valerius before I brought it up. But yes, I want to make Helgen my home. But she certainly has seen better days, that's for sure. You know, I grew up just across the border in Cyrodiil. And Helgen was always a place my family visited when I was a boy. I have many fond memories of those days. And now, with my brother and his family gone, let's just say he'd be happy that I settled here.
We can do it.
And from what I could tell as we came in, it'll be a lot of work cleaning everything up. But nothing impossible. Then we can take a look at what's left of these buildings and begin rebuilding from there. I'm sure there'll be plenty of work for you if you're interested. Why don't you take a day and think about it? That'll give Valerius and I some time to catch up and come up with a plan. Can you return to see us in a day or so? Thank you once again, friend. I'll see you then.
Now then, Marcus, let's go get that wine.
The
You're in one
Khajiit
piece, so I
hail
trust
from a
your trip
distant
went
land
smoothly.
called Elsewhere,
Yes,
bordered on the north
fortunately,
by
without
Cyrodiil,
incident.
and the south
Of course,
by
I
the
have Patsy to
glistening
protect
blue waters of the sea.
Ah, yes, dear Patsy. There's not a more loyal man in all of Tamriel. Please, the road was kind to you.
How long